Evening YouTube. It's Wow Sly here on we'll call this a bug out overnight video. Sort of got a night to myself, so I thought I'd come out. I just come across a cheap £10 two-man tent today, and thought it'd be a good opportunity to try it out. I'm not planning on using it, just going to use tonight. A good chance to set it up and have a look at it in case I ever do want to use it. I'm just planning on sleeping under the tarp in a bivvy bag and a thermal German liner army thermal suit thing, but midges are out in force, so I might end up using a tent because that'll keep the midges out. And also today's weather was fantastic. It was baking hot all day, really hot. It's just too hot to stand there in the garden. I cut the grass and it's just too hot, and now the wind has picked up. The sky is looking very grey, so we might be in for a downpour. We'll have to wait and see. There's no point checking the weather because it changes every 5 minutes anyway. So I've got the bug out trailer with another bag on top because I'm trying out a few things tonight along with that tent. Just got the 2 meters and 70 cm dual band handheld amateur radio. Not bothered about CBs or anything tonight. I've only got the radio in case I'm bored, but with setting up camp, cooking, firewood and all that crap, probably won't get much time to use it, but I'll have it on the background just for a bit of background noise. Right, very quick little update. I haven't been up here for 2 or 3 months. If you'll see in my other videos, this is the low ground BOL. Go and look how overgrown it is. I can't even get the trailer up this sheep trail. It's about a foot wide, and I think I'm about 2.5 foot wide at the back. So it's a bit overgrown. Probably can't see that much on here. Actually, we're heading this way today. Right, we just got here, and my little reflector's still there. My little pile of kindling and logs are still there, but someone's been here because this is new. They've seemed to have hammered in this and put some wood up, obviously to dry out for when they come next time, or to dry out for me coming. Not a lot there, it's only thin stuff. But yeah, someone's been here. But this is untouched. This is where it's been for weeks. And the other changes, I cut the top of that tree off, that fallen tree, if you remember, and I laid it across here just to give me some cover from the footpath over there. And these branches here, I had these hanging down to disguise the tarp. They've completely rotten away. But the big branch that was up here is gone. I don't know if anyone's put it back over here. Yeah, it's been put back here. This is where it was cut from, if you remember watching the video. It was cut from there, and I just dragged it across, laid it on there for a bit of cover, as I say, and someone's put it back. Obviously I should have put it back, but I thought, it's a dead tree, it's not going anywhere. So yeah, most of the time I come here, I break these off, if the deer don't do it for me, in case I do want to have an overnight like tonight. I don't really want to be walking into them. I normally set up camp here, and all these trees here, they've all been broken off, or nearly eye height, so I'll probably be doing the rest of these later, so I don't stumble into them tonight. But yeah, I'm quite chuffed that's still here. I'm going to build it up, I'll rebuild it and put another one on the side of it. Obviously it's not really big enough, it was just a demonstration a few weeks ago. But it's cool to see it still here. Right, it's 7 o'clock. I better get a camp set up because I'm going to want to eat soon. Right, got to clear up all this debris first. Right, we'll catch you soon. Right, it's only been 5-10 minutes and the main shelter's up. It should be where I'm sleeping tonight. It's a rectangle, so I laid the rectangle out that way, pinned in the back, not the end eye holes, but the second one in. Put up the walking stick, out with the corners, then the guides, and I've just tucked in where it should have gone out like that, and then across. I've just tucked in the corners on both sides, so you got a bit of space there to put things on. I've just got to stretch it out a bit tighter. But yeah, that'll sleep me and one other person that way, or two that way. But I'm probably going to lie head to foot, so I've got my body facing the fire, and then this will be my work area space here. And if I get a chance, I'll set the other tent up next to it there. So now I'm just going to move inside the kit I'm not using. This is just stuff I want to try. Actually, it's got my jackets and jumpers that I normally wear. They're in there, and I thought I'd bring the air pistol and some targets. So leave this out here. Yeah, I'm just going to chuck in now, just to keep it all tidy. Right, and then we'll have a tiny fire going here. I might move that back a little bit, but we'll see. The main thing is shelter's up. Looks a bit drunk, so we'll try and straighten it up a little bit. Right, the new tent, the 2-man tent, it was 10 quid, is up. It actually came with pegs. I ran it in for cheap pegs. I got bigger hooks in my fishing box. Came with guidelines. Not bothered about guidelines or hooks. Yeah, it's got the windows. It's got a big air vent up there. Single skinned. Single zip. Well, no. Question is, do I actually fit in it? God, that's a tiny gap. Right. That's the all-important question. Not actually sure what the measurements are, they're on the box, but let's get that radio off. Measurements and measurements. You don't know unless you test out. Got to try it. Now, I might actually fit in this. I really wouldn't get 2 people in here. I couldn't lay out straight. Oh, the windows are fantastic. Yeah, this is spot on. This is actually perfect for what I wanted it for. I thought it was going to be a pile of crap, and it was just going to be ended up, sitting in the shed or given to the kids. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but I can certainly sling a tarp above it because it is small. It looks like 4 foot by 6 foot. It's got the mesh to keep the bugs out. Set the front up, get some sleep. There's a pocket on either side. There's not enough room for me to move over and show you. Doesn't feel too good quality. I think I should put this on the ground sheet. There's the other pocket on the side there. There's the roof, air vents. Oh, little eyelet, so I can hang up my light. Oh wow, I can hang my light from here. Right, I'm actually for £10, despite it being small. But we don't want luxury. We're not here for luxuries. For 10 quid, that, my friends, is money well spent. That's not even 2 packets of cigarettes there. For £10, it may be cheap and cheerful, and may only last may only last tonight. I actually like it. It's about half the size of my top. Let's see if I can get far enough back. I can smell smoke on my tarp since I put the tarp up. All I can smell is smoke. There they are, side by side. I mean, as you can see, I can lay in that, but I don't think I could lay straight. For 2 small people you'd get in there, but you'd have to line up your kit up the side. You wouldn't be able to put your bag in there. But yeah, bags in there, 2 people in there, or me in there on my kit. Spot for choice now. I want that because I want to lay in front of the fire tonight, but I want that just for the gimmick. I feel like those people that go out and buy a Volkswagen Beetle and they come home and they're all chuffed they've got this really cool little car. I'm all chuffed because I've got this really cool little tent. It's like a play tent. It was a tenner. It took like 2.5 minutes to set up. It weighed the same as a pot noodle. And oh, I'm liking it. And if it wasn't for the yellow, I mean, it was blue or green. Blue and black probably wouldn't have stuck out that much. Now the yellow, I was worried about the yellow, but now the yellow don't stick out too much. That's not too bad. Wow, my little bug out tent in my little bug out camp. Well, I'll chuck the rubbish away. Not chuck it away, but I've got a bag for rubbish, but at the moment everything's going in my pocket. I'll put them back in the bag it came in. The rubbish all in there. Yeah, I'll chuck them back in the bag. I don't need the guide rope through it tonight with the pegs. It's not going to blow anywhere. No point guiding it out. I'm only doing this because it opens up. Gives it that little sort of 4 inches wide on either side. Again, that's why I like it, because of my size. This is huge. I don't fancy sort of using that for what I normally do. I couldn't use that on a CTX activation. Bug out scenario, that with a tarp over the top of it, fantastic. But for comfort, definitely this one. This one's definitely for comfort. But I really wouldn't want to spend much time in there sleeping. But whoa, could have company around in that one. Right, best get on, lots to do. I think I'll have a coffee next. That can go in there because I don't need anything in there. Actually, I might get the air pistol out. All that's in there that I need is the air pistol. I've got a sleeping bag in there and some clothing. I'm going to try out some clothing, but that stuff I don't really need. That stuff I'm trying out, and this is the usual camp. See, I've got the I can't see it now, main part of the bug out bag there, and then the waist bag. Can hang my my LED light off there, or my glow stick off there on the other side. But the good thing about having a small fire this close is I get plenty of light. There's a good 1.5 meters, 2 meters there. A good 6-7 foot. Might not look it. I could lay in that gap. That's enough space. I should be further away having a fire, but I don't plan on having a fire much bigger than 12 inches square. Don't need a blazing bonfire. Never have a big bonfire unless you need it. If you only need a small fire, do it. I mean, people can cook on coals the size of your hand. So on that basis, why would you need a massive fire to cook, say with a mess tin? You just don't need a big fire. So that enough heat and light should come out of there tonight and suffice me in there. Cracking. Right, so I'm going to start sawing up some wood. As I've had this laid out here for the weeks in case I've done an overnight and I got here and it was late and or whatever, and I didn't want to start looking for firewood, so there's enough here to start a fire going and cook and boil water, but it's definitely not enough for an overnighter. I've only got 3 logs there, a couple of handfuls of sort of 2-inch thick and some tiny sticks, so I'll be using that tree there, I think, to get a few more logs like that. I generally don't want them any bigger than that. That's about 8 inches there. 6, 7, 8 or 9 inches. And that's all I need. I don't want to be putting flipping trees down and setting fire to the place. Right, I think we'll call this a stealth camp actually. Stealth bug out. Overnight testing thingy. Right. I'm going to go and find somewhere to stick the radio now to get a better reception. That'll do. That's my new my new radio post. From a job, from my own now, I might sometimes put it on. I could have. I was going down the M3 when it's going on towards London there. Done. Right, I'm going to get my hat on now because the images are starting to get in my ear. You bastards. Right, catch you all in a bit. Right, going to get a coffee on the go. But again, as I said before, every time I do this from now on, or when I got it, I will remember Jester Bushcraft, because he kindly gave me this fantastic bit of kit. There we go. It's a bit difficult to see, but there we go. You can see it's a light. Right, coffee time. Cheers, Jester. Right, coffee's on the go, and I've just built up the reflector with the wood that someone donated. It was nice of them not to smash anything down. Someone has been here, but it's nice to see they've not done any damage. I've got to find my gloves now. I've got a pair of gloves there, a pair of gloves in there, but I need my NI gloves. Obviously, because I'm not picking that up. So yeah, you can see that's working lovely. Wouldn't like to pick that up without any gloves. Right, coffee. Get some more firewood sorted, and then sort out lighting. Work out where I'm going to be putting lights and so on tonight, so I'm not stumbling around in the dark. Try to keep the guides out of the way as much as possible. Again, that one is going in front of that tent, but I like to leave a walkway. I don't want to have guides coming out the front. I hate guides out the front of tents and shelters. Just an accident won't happen. Not so much tripping over, but you don't want to be ripping stuff and breaking stuff. Right, I'm gonna, while that's boiling, start sawing some wood. Right, got a little pile of firewood. Just sawed up a big branch while I was letting the coffee cool down. So now I'm gonna have a cigarette and a coffee and just chillax for 5-10 minutes. Enjoy the peace and quiet, and just also hope it's an undisturbed night. As I said, dog walkers before, plus the general people drinking cider and beer and that, disrupting the wildlife. They might decide to swing by and cause havoc. Being a Saturday night, you know, there's going to be some sort of teenager at a loose end and want to go out the woods for a little fire in it. So hopefully it's a quiet one, no visitors, no people coming through. I was going to say something else then, but it's gone now. That was it. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I think I might wait till 9 to eat. I want to cook on the fire tonight, so I might wait until it starts getting dark. and we definitely got no dog walkers around. Then that way I can have a fire without being disturbed. Right. Catch you soon when there's something a bit more exciting happening. Failing that, you can just stare at my boots. Right, catch you in a bit, people. Well, welcome to Camp Wow Sly. I intend on dismantling the trailer and spinning it around because the two backlights, I don't think I've showed you yet, but these in the back now, one on each side. They flash and all that malarkey. But yeah, just one of them, or even two of them, turned around facing in the camp, will act as a fantastic night light. So they were dual purpose. Again, I like it all dual purpose. I can use them on the bike and I can use them for a night light. Very low light, spin the trailer around, back it into the camp, and the covers pop off and I can have white light if need be. I'm not going to try and do it now actually because yeah, so it's a bit brighter now, it's not diffused. Oh, the other one I've got, when you pop the covers off they're white, but still a lot brighter with the covers off. They will light up. Look at that. They should light up the camp sufficiently, but again I've got other lights. So the bike's going to get moved to there, the trailer's going to get put in its place and spun around. I've got a tarp up here, drainage in case it rains, to the rear of the tent. And all I've done now is clip this onto here, which is the main light for the tent when it gets dark. I've got the headlight ready. It's got high, low, zoom. Don't know if you can see that. I can't really see what I'm doing. Let's get my hat off and do it properly. That's the headlight for tonight. Yeah. Actually, I'm sure I've shown it before in another video. Actually, here last time I was here, I think. High, low, flash, and again it's got the zoom on it. Again, I bought this multi-purpose. I was after one with the red cover for night time for obviously camping, but because of the zoom facility and the high power, I can use it when cycling. So camping and cycling, dual purpose. 3 AAA batteries. It's not one of those LEDs, it's one of those really high powered things. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, you get it. So that's it. And also I've got 4 massive emergency, they're like tea lights, but they're bigger than tea lights. They're supposed to burn for 9 hours. So I've got some, show you them. Hold that on there. There we go. I've got 4 of these, always in the bag. About 4 times the size of a normal tea light. They're supposed to last 9 hours, I think, 8-9 hours, can't remember, but there's 4 of them in there, and I can just sit one out here somewhere, or if it's not windy or raining, put them around the camp if they're not going to blow out. So my lighting system for tonight is I've got one of those battery operated glow sticks, I've got a light on my phone, I've got a light on the radio, that flashes too. So yeah, one on my phone, one on my head, one on my radio, one on the tent, plus the glow stick, the 4 candles, and whatever light from the fire. So we're all set for light. Got plenty of light, backup batteries, and the 2 lights in the back of the trailer, which I better turn off. All new batteries, so they should last a while. I shouldn't need them tonight, but you know, if I do need some extra light, if I don't need a fire because it might be warm tonight, it'd be nice just to back up the trailer and use that for light. Again, multi-purpose. But I was thinking about putting a mast on it with a big light on the top, but we don't know yet. We'll see. Plenty of projects on the go as always. Another thing to add to my list of I'll never get it finished. But there's the bug out camp for tonight. Can't see much. Trying to get the headlight on to show you, but it's not dark enough for that to work. But that's how the camp's looking for tonight. It's a bit overkill. Again, I've left another light on. God, I don't leave lights on at home like this, I know that. Oh, this is about £5, I think it was. It's got like 20 LEDs in there, so you can use it as a torch or as an illuminant. Multi-purpose again. Torch, light, magnet, hook. It's a very versatile bit of kit. That also runs off 3 AAAs. Everything I've got runs off AAAs apart from my my EDC torch. That's a AA, and in my EDC bag I've got 2 spare AAs for that. So in my main bug out bag I've got a handful of spare AAA batteries. All my torches and lights take AAAs except for my EDC, and the spare batteries for that I carry in the EDC, as well as having 2 in the torch. So we're all set for lights. Failing that, I've got a dynamo at home. I can always rig that to the bike one night. Future project. So yeah, house is sorted for power and light if there's a power cut, and the bug out camp is more than equipped with light, heat. Oh, and that was the other thing before I forget. There we go, there's the drainage. I took out all my usual bug out food. As you're all aware, I normally have 3 days worth of food in the bug out bag permanently, consisting of chocolate, porridge, noodles, various bits and pieces, enough there for three days, possibly 2 people for 3 days in rations. But I took it out tonight to make it more realistic. If someone was bugging out, if they had to leave the house quickly for whatever reason, they would literally grab what they could. So I grabbed a small tub of Pringles, a pot noodle, a tin of rice pudding, and a tin of all-day breakfast. I know it's kind of cheating because I normally take an all-day breakfast, but they're just items that people generally have in their house. You know, people don't always have specific food for a 3-day event, so I thought I'd leave my usual food at home and just bring out, you know, the stuff that I'll generally have in a cupboard. I wouldn't normally bring a tin of rice pudding out with me, so I've got my all-day breakfast for dinner tonight, or the pot noodle actually, and then the rice pudding, and then if I want a snack later I've got the Pringles, and then for breakfast I can have the all-day breakfast, or I can have the all-day breakfast tonight and the pot noodle in the morning. Never really had a pot noodle in the morning, so we'll see how it goes. Right, I've got the light on for this one. Just got the old standard folding saw out with a pickaxe facility and the saw on the side. You'll see in my other videos about the saw was blunt, well, as anything when I first got it, so I folded it all out, got it nice and sharp, which allows me to dig holes in root infested ground. I've got 2 sections of turf over there, all the soil's there so I can fill it back in tomorrow, and I've dug down about 4 or 5 inches. I've got the pile of sticks I had, the bottom ones, mostly the damp ones, so the bottom ones are on the bottom, lined up that way, and then I've got 3 going that way, the gap, and then 3 that way, and then some bigger ones this way, and in the gap as well I'll start the fire, either with wood shavings or I'll just drop a tampon in there, and then when that takes I can push these a bit closer in, and then just drop a handful of sticks on it, and then by the time that all gets down to nearly like coals, a few tiny flames, I'll be loading these on. I'll try and keep them lined up as neat as possible, and then I'll be using those ones for tonight. So I'll probably cook when that gets down to coals, and then I'll put those on, or I'll put probably 3 or 4 of those on. When they get down at coals, I'll cook, and then put the rest on for the fire, and yeah, they'll be just to keep the fire going. But that's it really. That's basically a fire. It's about 10 inches I think that's about 12 inches by about 14 inches. It's probably the same size as a baking tray. As I carry a baking tray in my bag, obviously I can put pegs or twigs up, put the baking tray on top. If it does rain, so the water will hit the baking tray, I can put my mess tins and cup on the baking tray, stop the fire from getting wet. I can cook on it. I can use the baking tray to fan flames, or use it as a windbreaker. The baking tray is a really handy bit of kit. I know people carry what do you call it, like grills. Grills are fantastic. You can put your burgers on there, your sausages, your chops. But a baking tray also, it weighs next to nothing, and again, I can use it for cover for rain, just to save slinging the tarp up and getting it smoke infested. Everything I've got, well, half the gear I've got doesn't stink of smoke, but you know, that's got a whiff of smoke on it. But I'd rather use a baking tray over a fire pit than another tarp. That's going to get absolutely stinking. But right, I better cut down on the video I'm making, as I'm using my light now for anything that's close up. So with the light, it's getting a bit dark. So there's my standby bug out tent. Might try that out later with green tarp on top, just to catch any debris and to keep the rain off it. Drainage points at the far side, and then the main shelter. We're all ready to go, really. I actually got nothing to do. I might chop up some firewood just to give me something to do. I didn't want to eat till 9 o'clock. It's 8:36, so I've got at least another half hour to an hour. I'm getting hungry. I had a cheese and ham toasted sandwich this afternoon. I think that was it since breakfast, so I'm not eating a whole lot today. So I'm not like I've came out, you know, full of food, so it doesn't matter if I eat or not. I will need to eat tonight to keep fueling me. So it wasn't like I stocked up and ate before I left the house. Just had one of those days. Started, it was too hot to eat. It's nice and cool now. Oh yeah, got the single knee pad on now. Obviously kneeling down, making a fire. I don't want to be getting wet and dirty or ripping my clothes. So I've got a pair of these, but I only ever carry one. I don't want to kneel on a pebble or stone or hurt, get a splinter or a thorn in my knee. So when you're doing something like kneeling down, cooking, fire, whatever, kneeling down, wear a knee pad. They're cheap, they're light, and they're going to protect your knee. Safety first and all that crap. Right, well, that's the bug out camp. You've seen the bug out bags, you've seen the bug out trailer, the new bug out tent, the bug out location. And for those who haven't seen my videos before, there's like an S-shaped stream that runs all the way up here. Well, there's 2 or 3 of them, so I've got plenty of water. I can filter water, I can boil it. So I've got plenty of water. Place is teeming with wildlife, animals and birds, lots of game, so I've got lots of food. And the other week there's some deer scatting around everywhere. Not that I'm going to eat a deer, but if I had to. There's one there, but there's enough food around this place if I was into that sort of eating. But I think I'll be happy with pot noodle, all day breakfast, rice pudding, Pringles. I just wish I left the chocolate in. I shouldn't have took the chocolate out, because I really do like chocolate. So I've got no chocolate. We might be calling it an early night and going home. Yeah. Got a speaker mic for the radio. My headlight ready. Baofeng. Brought this watch out tonight because it's a bit more hard wearing than the other watch. It's old, it's a G-Shock. It's pretty much bomb proof. I've tested it. So yeah, practical. Just got to break a few more. Oh, we're keeping that one. Like I said before, when you get sticks, just throw them into a pile. Don't drop them, you've got to collect them later. Just throw them in a pile, you never know when you need them. But yeah, always try and remember to break off as many twigs. These twigs sticking out while all the way down. But I've just, every time I come here, I break a few more off. Or in that case, saw off. But yeah, just so you don't, they're all broken off, those three trees were broken off, because you don't want to walk into them, snag your clothes, or get one for the eye through the night. I don't plan on doing much walking around tonight, but I certainly don't want to lose an eye while taking a pee. This is great. You can dig holes, I can saw, I can chop, I can cook on it, I can sit on it. I like that saw. Just found this, and because of all the branches sticking out, it was off the ground. So it's nice and dry. Just the right thickness. So I'm going to drag it back, break the sticks off, keep them, and then cut the rest down to size and add it to the pile. All adds up. Failing that, it'll be there for next time I come out. And for those of you wondering, this is not going to be my chopping area here, by the way, behind the fire. This isn't going to be my location for the end of the month when we have the mock shit as the fan scenario DX weekend. This is my low ground location. Fire's ready, firewood's ready, but it's 10 to 9. I've got a little while before I want to cook, although I am absolutely starving now, but I don't want to eat too early, so to fill my time I'll just keep sawing the wood up. So yeah, knife I'm using hasn't got a name. I got it about 18 years ago. Brass handle, steel blade, very strong, good for battening, good for chopping. No make or model, came from an outdoorsman shop in Hastings when I was about 15. Nice solid wood handle, blades sharp but beaten, no major dents in it. Although there was a few that have been taken out now, but it's good for splitting wood and chopping, chopping the sticks off the side of the branches. So I'm going to chop away now and then saw up into lengths. Because I'm still waiting, not waiting for it to get dark, but waiting for the sun to go down a little bit more than what it is now, before I get the fire on the go. Just like that. Right, got the light on again. It's really dark now. I've just opened up a tampon in the gap in the fire to start the fire. I've got my hobo stove on the side, so I'm making something to eat on there. I can keep the other stuff warm on there. I can sit the mess tin on it or whatever. And I've just got this log, and I've just put 4 stakes, staked it into the ground so it doesn't move. And this is handy, obviously, for splitting wood. And if I can get the camera, pick it up, which I don't think I will, we'll try it. It just acts as a nice stable surface, just so I can split the wood without the wood going into the ground. So obviously if I hit that into the ground, it just sinks in. So I can hit it on the log, and not sure if any of that was picked up, but that's the beating block, a knife, and just splitting it on there. Otherwise it just sinks into the ground. The ground takes all the impact. Little tip there, just 4 little pegs, half decent sized log, unless you've got a tree stump or a nice hard ground, but all the ground here is soft. A couple of inches of moss, no good for splitting wood. Right, it's getting very dark now. The bugs are out in force, as you can probably see on the camera, maybe. If the light's picking them up. Sun's going down over there. The moon's generally over there somewhere, can't see for the trees. It's time to get the fire going. Not sure if I can pick this up with my phone, but we'll try. Again, thank you Jester Bushcraft. And I'm going to put that straight away so I don't lose it. But yeah, if you remember the old school trick at school, get a book and used to get your old lighter out, fold a page, fill the crease in the page of flint, and then light it and watch the flint burn up the page. Well, every time I go to strike something with a flint, I scrape a load of it onto like paper or cotton wool or whatever, and it just helps ignite more. Right, I'm going to get these sticks that I've chopped on there and then start feeding it. Alright, catch you soon. Okay, the tampon took a light, so I've just laid 2 across, then 4 that way and then 3 that way, so the flames can come up where it can breathe, and that's about it really. Just make sure plenty of ventilation, lots of air to get through. Right. Fire's alight. It's not far away, so I'm not like haven't left it. Just probably the last walk around I have now. Just stretching my knee. It's been knelt down for quite a bit now. So yeah, just stretching my knee, having a bit of a walk round. Last walk I do now. Before it gets too dark to walk. I can't even film, it's too dark because a lot of these are snapped off, but I don't want to be poked by the rest of them that are protruding. So I'm going to walk the knee off as you do. It's getting a bit fresh now. It's not cold. It's quite nice. Yeah, just having a quick look at the camp from a distance. Looks quite good. There's the headlight on zoom. Just about see the shelter. I best stop filming, it's too dark. Just still walking around waiting for the fire to take. I don't like trying to feed it and force it and get it going. I end up doing more damage than good over the years. I played and poked with it too much and done more damage than good. Now I tend to just leave it. If it's well vented, it goes up. Otherwise, when I was younger, I used to just constantly try to feed it, smother it, suffocate it. But this is sort of like an upside down fire. The ones that you light at the top. But as you can see, it's taking quite nicely. Got 2 layers of log underneath the bit that I've ignited, and then just put another 2 layers on top. But the middle layer is pretty much where the sticks are, where the fire started, so it burns up and burns down. Basic fire really. Oh, I love the sound of the wood cracking. Now it's a camp. I've got one of my large tea lights over there, and one just down here. I've got the light on, just down there, and then one there. Just for a bit of perimeter lighting. So when the fire dies down, I'll light them up so I can see like the edge of the camp, the outskirts, sort of boundary markings, sort of no need to go past that tree, and there'll be no need to go past that tree. That's where the tent is and the trailer. Head torch is working fine. But again, it's not quite dark yet, it's still enough light. Well, just enough light to see what you're doing. But no good for filming. So I'm going to put the phone away and get the food ready. And in the shelter first. Get the food ready, and by the time I'm ready to start cooking, that should be ready for cooking. Right, catch you all soon. Right, gonna make this my final, as it's well, it's only 20 to 12, but my battery's running low. The rucksack's still in there with some stuff I was going to test, can't be asked. Just got a candle in the middle of the tent just to illuminate it, just so if I do wander off. I mean, because the fire's so small, that just looks, can't really see it on here, but yeah, you can see that quite well in the dark. I've got another one at the back of the shelter. Surprising how much light a candle gives. And I've got my bivvy sack ready. My bug out bag, there's a pillow. Really struggling to see. My belt bag's over there. So I'll be in my bivvy sack on my usual blue nylon mat. Didn't eat the Pringles. I've had the Ranger one most of the night. Well, the past hour or so. Got enough wood there for the rest of the night. Enough sticks for the morning. Can always chuck them on to boost out a bit of heat. But yeah, my battery's starting to we're sort of halfway. So I'm gonna say goodnight to YouTube. And bit of sawdust there, because I'll be going into bed soon. There's not much really to do. There's nothing out here but trees. That's on zoom wide, and the camera's just not picking it up. I should have really put it on night mode, I suppose. But you get the gist of it. You know, moth. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Oh, off with the headlight. He likes the headlight. I had to blow the candle out earlier because the bugs were coming in here attracted to the light. So I'll be blowing that candle out soon, because I don't want my shelter covering up with bugs. The light from the fire should keep the bugs out the shelter. It's starting to get a bit nippy now, so I might put my fleece on. Not much left to do really, so probably will just get my head down. Oh well. Yeah, the fire looks tiny on the camera. We might Chucky never log on. Well, some sticks, then I'll never log. Right, good night there, YouTube. So, wow, Sly. In the middle of some forest in Wiltshire. Right, catch you all soon. Morning, YouTube. I've got to say, I certainly did pick the wrong time of year to do this. It's 10 to 5. 10 to 5 in the fucking morning. I woke up about 4. Crack of dawn. The sun's just starting to come out. I've got to have the light on my phone because, well, it's daylight, but not enough for the phone to pick up. And there's the bloody birds waking me up, man. And then about 4:30 to the north of me,
sheep, and then the frickin' owls. They got no respect, you know what I mean, for mankind. um, so yeah. Don't generally have a cigarette in the morning as soon as I wake up, but yeah, I've been laying there for an hour trying to get some kip, and it's not happening. There's just more birds than human, so they're they're all up for ganging up and keeping the human awake, or waking him up. So yeah, slept sound of the pound. Now I have to make my eyelash. Yeah, slept fantastic. Fire burnt out probably about 3 o'clock. About 1 o'clock, I was still aware of the fire. I had to pull my hat down because at that point the fire was bright. I could still see it flickering away with my hat down. I could still hear it popping and cracking, which was nice. But yeah, it's completely burnt down now. Nothing there but ash. Just after 4 o'clock, that candle burnt out. That candle's still going. They were 9-hour candles, and they've been going about 6-7 hours. And I think the only reason they burnt out quicker than they should have done is because about midnight I started pouring the melted wax that was in the candle on the fire. You know how that goes, it just boosts the flame quite a bit. Put a few sticks on there, flames went up. Then I poured the wax on there, and then the flames really went up. So I had about 4-foot flames. Nice injection of heat that was. So the candles are really an added bonus. Yeah, my pillow, if you can see it, was my tactical assault bag, the main part of my bug out bag. I actually slept quite well on my mess tin. Next to me I got my knife, my Zippo from my missus, my headlight, backy, and Pringles. Didn't eat them last night. I might put some music on in a minute because the Baofeng, my amateur radio's got a radio. I really do just fancy a lay-in though. As for the new bug out tent, God, it's actually broad daylight. I can see better now than I could last night. But yeah, the bug out tent, that's still there. I presume that was nice to sleep in. I'll let you know another night. I really just want to lay down and go to sleep again. I don't want to get up. Not really so much tired, just more principle. You know what I mean? It's Sunday. It's Sunday, 2nd of June, as far as I can work out. Yeah, 2nd of June, 5 o'clock now. 5 o'clock, 2nd of June, 2013. It's a lot lighter than it looks on camera. And yeah, the bivy bag thing. Oh, that phone is so bright, and my glasses are over on my bike. How about this for comfort? A nylon, I think it's nylon, I don't know. A ground sheet and a tactical assault bag. Got my thermos hat. Oh yeah, in the bug out tent. If I can just get myself straight with this one. I haven't got a forward facing camera, so I can't see myself. But in the bug out tent is my German army, no, thermal German army tank liner suit. which I was hoping to actually test out tonight. I've had it some time, not actually used it. Didn't actually get a chance to try it out. Didn't get that cold. The plan was to layer up through the night and then have all my layers on when I went to sleep. But I don't know, the fire was sufficient. Okay, the phone cut short. Battery's about to run low, and now it's saying battery low. It keeps cutting out. So yeah, my last one was didn't layer up. Blah blah blah. Can't be asked to get up. Right, I best preserve my battery a bit because I've got a few more hours to go. Well, I could just go home, but I'm gonna stay here for a little while. But yeah, battery. Fuck. Should have charged my phone before I come out. Right. Yeah. Catch you soon. Alright, fire started quickly. I poked around all the ash. A lot of hot coals there, so same trick as last night. Cotton wool this time instead of a tampon. I took right up. Didn't take long. Just trying to get a glove so I can grab that because that's going to boil very quick. Got a pile of sticks there, a couple of logs. I use the chopping log and a leftover log. Probably cook my breakfast on that as soon as I've had a coffee. Although my phone now is completely flat, just keeps saying battery low and stops recording when it displays the message. So, got my glove on, getting ready to grab this because it's stable, like, you know, as much as anything else that's balanced. So, right, coffee, then all day breakfast. When that's boiled, I'll bang on a few more sticks and I'll put my last 2 logs on, and that'll be enough to cook my breakfast. And then it'll probably, well, it's just 5:15 now, so by 6 I'll probably be fed. Fire will die down by 7, which is about the time the dog walkers and so on start coming out. It's not getting much light on the camera, but it's definitely broad daylight out here. It's 5:15, and right, I'm gonna save some battery power. Right, I left my log there intact for chopping on. I just had my breakfast sitting on there for 5 minutes, keeping warm. Cooked it on there. There's my all day breakfast, my coffee, mess in case I was going to use my just had a little visit from a deer. Last time I was here, there was 3 deer walked just across where my entrance point was last night, and one's just stumbled across now. Stood up, had a little look at him, and I just love how they just so well camouflaged. The things just disappear when they stand still. I made a coffee after washing up, and then made a mistake of laying down. I can't be asked to move now. Just waiting for the fire to burn out. It's 6:15. I wanted the fire out by 7. It's just smouldering now, so that'll be out by 7 o'clock. Which is about the time the dog walkers start coming around. So, gonna have this coffee. Might have a little mooch around. Shouldn't have laid back down. I just want to stay here now for the rest of the day and stare at the sky. It's blue. Not a cloud in sight. From what I can see for the trees anyway. Didn't actually use that LED light thing. All I used last night was, of course, as you saw, the fire, a couple of candles, and my head torch every now and then when I was rolling a fag or doing something. Let's get up and give her a stir. Mess tin's all clean, cutlery's all clean now. That is a wicked little tent. Well, it looks the part anyway. I don't know what it's like to sleep in. I imagine it was alright actually. The only difference is it probably would have been colder, I think, because the shelter had the heat from the fire coming in. So yeah, maybe one day we'll try. Well, it's always handy taking as a backup or spare, as like, you know, it don't take no room. So I'll just throw it in the trailer, chuck it in the bag, in the boot, whatever. It's not exactly big and heavy. Right, there's my bushcraft wild camp, stealth camp, bug out camp thing. I'm gonna go drink my coffee now. Communication. That is a nice view in the morning. It's like waking up in Sweden. Something about these trees. Apart from the fact they're smaller than you get in Sweden. But you get the idea. It's just a typical morning in a forest in Wiltshire. Sorry, in Wiltshire. Oh, my lover. Oh! Right, that's where the new bug out tent was. Got most of it all packed away, well folded down, but the bottom of it's wet from condensation on the ground. So I'm just giving it an air out for 10-20 minutes. The inside and the outer skin of the tent is absolutely fine, just the bottom bit. Okay YouTube, got about 5 seconds of battery left. Used the last of the water to put out whatever coals were left. Covered it back over with the turf and soil. Just a few scuff marks. All packed up, ready to go. So thanks for watching YouTube.